Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of For the Fans podcast. Where sadly McKay is not here. He is feeling a little under the weather, so I told him he has to show up next week for the season finale. And if he doesn't, maybe we'll give him a fancy football type punishment.
I like it. That's a great idea. I
I
still like the paintball one.
I'm thinking we just meet up and do a game of undodgeball with McKay, and he's the only one that gets anything thrown at him.
I love it.
Down.
Ah. Especially because last week he's part of the reason we didn't have one last week.
Yeah.
He was too busy going to see Mickey Mouse in Disneyland.
And he
Jerk.
didn't invite us.
Yeah. Hey, I at least had the audacity to go live when I was at Disneyland last.
Yeah, I was gonna let him enjoy it. He sent us messages and pictures of delicious looking food that made me a little jealous.
Yeah.
Completely jealous.
Yeah. It was. Unfortunately, a lot of the food that he shared will not be available when I go. Because the Lunar New
Why?
Year ends in, I think, like April or like
Something
March
that.
or something like that.
Oh,
So
that
it's like-
sucks.
It's like, no.
Cause you're going in the summer, right?
Right before summer. I'll probably be going like the first week of May.
Okay. And then you're going to
So-
Disney World in October.
October, yeah.
See, but you get to go to Epcot and have all the stuff in Epcot.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna starve myself until then, so I can eat all of it.
Lucky. I have spent the smallest amount of my Disney time ever at Epcot. I wish I had spent more time, but we were super rushed that day because we had a flight in the evening, and I felt like I really missed out.
Yeah,
I grew
Well,
up
I'll
close enough
be-
to Florida that I went a lot.
right. Well, this will be the first time I'm going, and then my wife will be there for work, and so like I'll have a whole day to just do whatever I want. I've debated
That
on
sounds
going
like
to
so much
like
fun.
the Kennedy Space Center or something like that,
Oh,
go to the
Uh-huh.
museum, or
That would be
do
sweet.
a park day by myself.
so see, that's risky.
So it's a hard choice to make, but got plenty of time to
Or you
decide.
just hop over, go to Universal Studios for a day.
I actually really enjoyed Universal.
My wife would be really mad if I did that because she's been looking forward to doing it.
Go to SeaWorld.
Not a fan.
Busch
I
Gardens.
don't like the
Hot-
ocean.
Hot take for you all, but I think I actually enjoyed my one day in Universal more than I enjoyed any day in Disney.
Wow, you are a
Yeah.
monster for saying that.
I know.
It's a bold statement.
I'll
Well,
take it.
they have stepped up. Like, they got the Isle of Burke, which I think would be kind of cool to go
Oh,
to.
I've heard that's actually
Oh, that'll be
really
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Mario Land is pretty fun.
Mario Land. That's probably the one I'd go to by myself.
Same.
'Cause it's in Florida as well, right? Not just
Yep, it is in Florida
Yeah.
as well.
so. Yeah, should be interesting. I'm excited. Should be a couple of good vacations this year, and then honestly, the one in May I'm really excited for because that's when we're gonna take our daughter for the first time, and
Oh, that'll
you
be
guys
fun.
know it would just be awesome to see. And it's more for us the trip than anything. She'll forget it in like a
Right.
week, but it's going to be good for us because she's starting to recognize stuff. Like, I'm really glad the Light the Night Parade will be going on because she's obsessed with Lightning McQueen.
Oh, fun.
So seeing him go down Main Street all lit up and stuff, like, she'll probably lose it. So
That's fun.
yeah, it's going to be a good moment. So looking forward to it. But not as much as this weekend.
Oh boy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Shane I've been containing myself until after. for the past couple weeks.
Good.
I'm
We're
like,
proud of you.
I have learned for years to not say anything until the game is over.
100%.
Then you can let people have it, and I have in the past. So
That's how I feel every BYU Utah game.
Oh.
I always have to
Yep.
sit there and let that one just go. People are like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "No comment."
no comment till after
just,
the game.
just don't know.
I am a post-reaction individual, not pre.
From what I've been
100%.
hearing across fandoms is that this is a lot of people's worst case scenario for a Super Bowl game.
Yeah,
I have
It's
heard
a-
people say I would rather have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again.
I wouldn't go that far.
There's
That
some
I
seems
feel like
extreme.
I feel like those people don't know how to control their emotions, and they should be locked up in an insane asylum.
I mean,
That's much.
for it's been like for the last decade we've had like the same carousel of teams be in the Super Bowl, and I think a lot of people just want a fresh new team that doesn't make it there very often or has never made it
Mhm.
there before, just to breathe some life into the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true.
I mean, I would take a Lions team in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Now, I would not take Lions and Browns. I feel like that would be a horrible game.
Yeah.
But that would require the Lions to actually be good.
Oh, I like how you say the Lions to be good and not the Browns of all teams.
Hey, they have
I thought
Shedeur
you ruled them out
Sanders.
as a
Didn't you know?
Pro Bowler right there.
Oh,
Yep.
the same Pro Bowler who threw multiple interceptions.
Yep. Same one.
I watched like 5 seconds of the Pro Bowl. I watched Jalen Hurts in the NFC do the tush push, and it looked like everybody on that field just kind of died on the inside.
Well,
Like
he did it on
everyone's just kind of
purpose,
walking
so.
to like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. I'm like, yes, and this is why we should get rid of the Pro Bowl now.
Yeah. I think it's just a joke.
I
Yeah,
think the skills
agreed.
competition can be fun. I think the dodgeball is fun, but overall,
The dodgeball is a good idea.
the dodgeball I think is fun because that's when I feel like they're the most aggressive and the most competitive. But everything else is just kind of boring and bad.
You know what I think would be cool? If they did a Pro Bowl where it was the NFL, both sides, AFC, NFC, against that year's college champion, national champion.
I've heard people say
That would be cool.
The other thing I've heard is people saying that it should be the bottom 2 teams in the league play each other for the first overall pick.
Yeah, that'd be
Ooh,
cool.
I like that. Ooh, what about the top NFC and AFC team?
I feel like you got to mix it up a little bit to get people that.
Sorry,
to
not
watch it
not
again.
top, bottom NFC and AFC.
It'd be the same teams every year. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or would be even better.
Patriots and Panthers every year.
Have a lottery system that every NFL fan can play and put in for by position, and then it's randomly selected a team. They get paid to go and practice and get ready for it, like in 2 weeks or like a
Ooh,
month
like
in
a fan
advance or
game.
something. Yeah, and then fans against the pros.
No. That would
That
I
would-
just see
no,
fans
that would
versus
be-
fans.
No, fans against the pros, because that would just be the best game ever.
It would be a complete annihilation.
I know.
Some people just like to watch the world burn.
Yeah, I'd be with it. Watching all the injuries happen.
You're
It'd be
truly evil.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
All
I
right.
volunteer as a kicker.
Let's dive into some of this a little bit. So, we're gonna talk about Super Bowl. So, first thing we want to talk about the championship games, and the biggest things to cover is just what went wrong for the Rams and the Broncos. Honestly, I think the Broncos. I think it was just if they had Bo Nix, I think it would have been a very different game. Don't necessarily saying they would win hands down, but the game would be very very different.
I gotta say, I love snow games, but this is one of the
Gosh,
only times that I wish it was not a snow game
yeah, because the
because
Patriots
I
basically
just,
rolled out there in full camouflage.
not even just that. I hate to see a game that it feels like, yeah, there's definitely skill that decided it. And I still think that the Patriots looked like the stronger, better team in that game. So I'm not saying it would have been any different, but I don't know. I feel like if you had put any two teams in there, it would have been a toss up on who won, just because the elements essentially destroyed the game. And not once again, not that I ever want there to be an end to snow games because I love snow games, but it kind of sucks when it's in that kind of intense condition
I don't think any team should
situation.
wear almost all white uniform during a snow game.
I mean, unless yes, change the way away jerseys work. I don't think that's going away, but
I feel like it was a bunch of excuses. The outcome happened. People need to
I
stop
agree.
coming up with excuses because it's like before the game, everyone was talking about, oh, the backup curse. Oh, he's going to win. They're going to beat the Patriots. They're bad. They're terrible. Broncos are just better. And then they lose, and they're like, oh, it's the weather. Oh, it's this. It's like, dude, they both played the game.
They did.
And Stidham
And
played well until like he had the
the
pressure
second
time. So
half,
I think, yeah. So I think like if Bo Nix was there, I think the outcome would have been the same. I don't think
I think we
Bo
would see
Nix
more
would have
points.
made. Yeah, I don't think he would have made the mistakes later in the game. But I still think the Patriots defense would have kept their offense under control, and then Drake May would be doing the same thing he did, moving
yeah,
the ball with his legs. And Bo Nix would be
yeah,
doing the same thing, but I just feel like it probably would have had the same outcome, maybe a little bit closer. It'd be more of a nail biter the last final seconds, but
yeah.
I wasn't impressed with the Broncos.
See, but what I wasn't either. And realistically, actually, and a lot of this stemmed from I feel like if the Broncos had won, I almost would have been disappointed because I don't feel like they played well enough, and I wouldn't want to see the Broncos led by Stidham go into the Super Bowl and get
No.
annihilated by the or by the Seahawks. And there was a
Right.
little bit of fear in my heart a few times throughout that game that they might make a comeback run just because of the elements and win because of the elements because the elements
Right.
almost threw away the game. And so I was concerned that the elements were going to ruin the game, and it ended up not mattering, which I'm grateful for.
Right.
But I there was that concern in my mind, and so I'm glad it didn't end up that way. But I think that's almost something we have to consider for future postseason play.
Yeah. Well, that's just the way it is. If they wanted to change the dynamic, they need to
Yeah,
realign the divisions.
sure,
They need to
sure.
make all the northern teams be all in the same division, in the same conference, and so then you have that separation. But again,
Which
it's
we've
just
all agreed they should do
you
anyway.
know, yeah.
But
But then at the same time, it's like, hey, if Miami all of a sudden plays lights out, and they have to play the first place, Broncos team, and it's bad weather, like there's the disadvantage. So it's always going to be there, and it can't just be
right,
like a crutch. It's just they lost. It sucks what happened to Bo Nix. It really does.
sure,
But it is what it is. Like it's
yeah.
and, my 2 cents from the game from the Patriots side, the entire time I was sitting there going, where the crap is Trayvon Henderson?
Oh
The
yeah,
whole game.
fair,
That's what I kept
fair.
asking myself. Like he had a couple of handoffs where I'm like, what are they doing? Like
Do you
they're
think they're
not
saving him for
using.
the Super Bowl?
I
Yeah,
don't
I mean that
know.
was the perfect game to use him in the snow.
Yeah,
But
Hmm.
it makes me a little concerned going into the Seahawks game. It's like is he like being punished that no one knows about and they're keeping a lid on it, or like
right,
what's going on? Because truly, I've been telling people, it's like if they have that game of Stevenson and Henderson going and they're both dominating and not fumbling, Patriots always win.
Yeah.
But like, why isn't Henderson being given the ball? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. So, yeah,
Agreed.
that was
100%.
I kept on going, what the crap's going on? So, but yeah, so I think we got that covered, that game. So, what about the Rams and the Seahawks?
Mainly just need to know what the Rams, what do they need to fix here? And honestly,
I don't think they need to fix anything.
I might argue a little bit on that one.
I think their biggest issue was being put into a position where it's like you let the referees decide too much.
I think it was also for the longest time, they could not make a stop on the Seahawks offense.
Oh, yeah, they gave him way too much time. So if they need to do anything, they need to add a couple edge rushers.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that can apply pressure. That was probably their biggest issue. Like, JSN is amazing, but he's not a dump-off receiver. He is, give me 4 or 5 seconds, and then I'm open.
Right.
He'll burn anybody because he's got the speed and he's quick. But if you don't allow him to do that, then obviously that game could have been a different outcome, but you let him run around too long.
Yeah.
So if they need to fix anything, they need to do something about their defense. Offense is fine.
Agreed.
Yeah, maybe get a running back because he had a couple injuries and stuff, but I still think
but I mean, their
solid.
run game wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Their run game was by no stretch of the imagination. I mean, I think many teams would have killed to have that run game. I think they've got a solid.
Yeah.
But running can only get you so far.
Right. Yeah. They obviously had the receiving core there, so
Yeah,
it's just
Puka's great. Devontae Adams was doing good.
what the crap their tight end's name is.
Is it still Tyler
He wasn't
Higbee?
doing too bad. Yeah. But it's like maybe you had a couple of offensive weapons, maybe just one, but mainly you need something on defense. You need some mean rushers, which a couple might be on the market, but I don't know if they were willing to spend that much.
I mean, I think the Rams have a decent amount of cap space, right?
I'm not sure. Plus, I think you have to worry about Stafford calling it
the
quits
Rams are like
too.
in the top 7 for most cap.
Yeah, so they could probably splurge and maybe make another run, and then it could be Stafford's last hurrah.
So, some of these teams, I'm impressed with how much cap space and how well they did.
Yeah.
The Chargers have the 3rd most, and with a healthy O-line, they could actually be kind of dangerous.
Well, and the news that no one wants to hear, the Patriots still have a lot of cap space.
Patriots are slipping down a little. The Seahawks, though, they have the 6th most cap space.
Yeah. That's a funny thing. It's like a lot of the top teams still have cap space because, again, I was going to make this comment, but we can make it now. Most of the NFL, if they want to be better and more competitive, stop playing your players ridiculous contracts where you don't have money to get more people.
That's one thing Brady did well.
Oh, Brady did it, granted, back then for Steve Young it was a little bit different. It was the same thing. They weren't spending horrendous amounts of money on these players. And then they had a good team where everyone got paid a good amount. And it's like, maybe you should stop paying your highlighting guys, your quarterbacks, like the price of 3 quarterbacks. It's like, it's a ridiculous amount of money. And then maybe if you really wanted to do something better, pay them a little bit less, but give them bonuses, give them an incentive to play better. It's like, hey, you make it a Super Bowl, we'll give you 10 million. Like if you win the Super Bowl,
I'm probably gonna lose one of my players.
yeah, it's like we'll give you this huge bonus incentive. Like if I was an owner right now, that's what I would be doing. I'll be like, hey, yeah, you're not going to get paid a lot, but if you perform, you will be paid out the nose. Within reason, obviously.
Devin Lloyd was in a contract year, and I think his asking price, his tag right now, I think is like 28 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot just for a tag.
Right. Yeah.
So he's probably gonna be gone because we don't have money. Which I'm looking at everything. The Chiefs are negative 54 million in the cap.
They're so toast. But you watch, they'll raise the cap again. They'll raise the cap again to like 60 million, and then give them a little bit of money to play with.
Well, they just raised the cap by an extra 9 million.
Right. Yeah, and it gave them like an extra like 3 million of space so they could spend it on someone. So that's why I think, even though he hasn't said it, like they're probably already having conversations with Travis Kelce, be like, dude, you either take an enormous pay cut and make the league minimum, or retire, or you're gonna get traded. It's like
I bet they're gonna have him retire.
It's like we can't keep you on payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the rumors are true, where they're trying to get Tyreek Hill to go back. It's like, dude, you're going to be paying out the nose for him too. So that, or get rid of Chris Jones.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't think Tyreek Hill is worth it anymore.
Nah, he's damaged goods.
But the main reason he was so good was because of how fast he was, but he's not that fast anymore.
Right. But, well, we lost Tyler.
Yep,
to the void.
Tyler went into the void and is gone forever. So we'll just continue just us.
So we'll. So I guess we'll talk about the main topic this week.
Oh wait, we have breaking news from Ian Rappaport as of 30 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
Seahawks safety Nick Emenwari was limited in practice on Wednesday with an ankle injury they suffered during practice. Injured his ankle late, defending a pass late in practice. He walked off the field on his own shortly after 4. Several players and coaches went to comfort him before he left. He had an ankle today. We brought him in to look at, and we'll kind of go from here and figure out what are the next steps. So, Seahawks could be down with safety on Sunday.
That's not good. That's the deep ball game right there for the Patriots. Mm-hmm. That's no bueno. Yeah.
That's a hit. Well, it's Tyler.
All right, there. He's coming back. So we can stall a little bit longer.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, now we need to talk about the Super Bowl. Seahawks and the Patriots.
I am rooting for the Meteor.
Yeah. Well, the other joke right now is a bomb, but
whoa, that's too. I don't want to relive Arkham Knight.
Really though.
Oh, I was thinking about what's the show with Ben Affleck?
Dark Knight.
What's that movie with Ben Affleck where he's trying to stop a bomb and the bomb blows up in a stadium?
Oh, not Speed. I'm not
that's the train one.
In a stadium
it's like
I can think of
Day After Tomorrow. No, is it Day After Tomorrow or
no? Day After Tomorrow is a snowstorm.
Okay, let's.
I just pictured the Batman Dark Knight where the running back is just running down the field while the entire field just blows up behind him.
Just disappears. Yeah.
He turns around and is like, "What the heck happened?"
Adrenaline. You'll miss anything.
All right. Let's
Sum of all fears. There we go. That's what it was. The sum of all fears.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah. So, let's just do it right now. How do the
do
Seahawks win?
Oh, I was gonna say how the Seahawks win.
I don't want to start with the Patriots. We'll be
Seahawks
here all
win
night.
by maintaining their momentum and doing what they've been doing all season.
Yep.
If it-
If they can find a way to just continually beat the Seahawks defense, I think the Seahawks offense is
You mean
slow
the
enough
Patriots defense? We're talking about the Seahawks winning.
you
Keep
mentioned
saying
Wait, what?
Seahawks offense beating the Seahawks defense.
Oh, well, that's embarrassing.
You gotta
Are
keep
we-
you on
are
your
we st-
toes.
Wait, I thought we were talking about the Patriots. Are we on the Seahawks now?
We are on the Seahawks.
No,
we're
we
starting
started
with
with
the
the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Oh, now we're okay.
Matt
Okay.
wanted to
Okay.
flip the script.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Now Tyler's caught up.
Seahawks.
Now we know who's
Seahawks.
not paying attention.
Well, really though.
I found another candidate for undodgeball with McKay.
Mm, But-
Okay, so Seahawks win
yep.
if they can just shut down the Patriots. I think they have a
Yeah.
pretty slow offense against any defense of any sort of caliber. Obviously, they've shown their offense to be high caliber, but it's been mostly their defense, I think, that wins games. And so I think if they can shut down the Patriots and then just do their slow charge march up the field time and time again, I think they'll be just fine.
I'm gonna have a slightly different take, and then we'll get to Matt, because this is gonna kind of cover both. I think the Seahawks win if they get the ball to JSN multiple times. I think JSN needs to score 2 touchdowns for the Seahawks to win.
Interesting.
But on the flip side of that, this is going to be kind of how the Patriots would win, is that Christian Gonzalez needs to step up and lock down JSN.
Which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
No one gives him enough credit, but he is an absolutely amazing corner.
I don't think people doubt that.
A lot of people do.
I don't know why.
It's because he doesn't fit the mold. He's not a little shorter, he's not as fast, it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. The guy's smart.
Yeah, but
He knows about
position.
position.
That he may be smart, but he's gonna have to keep up with the speed.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
going to come down on the matchup between those two.
Yeah. My take with the Seahawks win, they have to give Darnold time.
Yeah.
They don't have the team to do quick dumps out of the
Yeah.
gate. Like 2 seconds in, bam, they get fired. Like they don't. That's not their team.
And the way you beat
Their
the
team
Seahawks
is like
honestly
a
just
3.
pressure Darnold.
Yeah, they're a 3+ second team. That's how the Seahawks need to win. They need to be getting the ball at least in the pocket. They need to give Darnold at least 3+ seconds every snap that it's a pass play. So their offensive line is going to be crucial for their win.
So what you're saying is, for the Patriots to win, they need to make Sam Darnold see some ghosts again.
No, yeah. They need good old Milt to wreak some havoc. Him and Spillane, and which he is in the game this week. He said to reporters, I think earlier today, that he has an ankle issue, but he's like, it's not going to stop him from playing. So that's good news there.
A little do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. And then that's the thing. It's like, it's going to come down to the time, but the Patriots will win if obviously they have a little bit more on their hands with the offense of Seahawks. But I feel like if they can get their run game going and get more opportunities for the deep ball, they will beat the Seahawks, especially with the news that Shane just shared. If they really do have their safety out, that
Sure.
doesn't help them protect the long ball, which we all have seen Drake May has done very well with the long balls. So I think that's their secret weapon. Get the run game going, to the point where the defense doesn't know if it's going to be a run or a pass, and then that opens up the game. So they need Travion to go off, is my gist. Because I'm confident their defense will keep them in the game, but they're going to have to score.
Yep.
I can't argue with that.
So, X Factors?
Yep.
Yeah, moving on to the X Factors. I gotta say, talked about already
Will
for
Campbell.
me. Gosh, not this again.
Nope, it has to be Will Campbell. He has dropped the ball the last couple games, given Drake May way too much pressure. He has to step up.
Where's
Yeah.
McKay when I need him?
I could agree with that.
He needs to step up and be like the guy he was at draft day. He needs to die on that field for Drake May. He needs to play like a maniac to give Drake May time and protect him.
I'm gonna say honestly, I think the biggest X factor is going to be JSN. It's going to be how well the Patriots can cover him and stop him, or how much he can get away and score.
See, and I think they share the ball around enough. I think JSN is a fantastic player and definitely
He is.
really good. But I don't think he is the Seahawks offense. I think if JSN is having a tough game, they have other options they can go to. I really think the X factor is going to be Darnold. I think both defenses are going to show up. I think that Seahawks are going to have that little bit better defense. I think Patriots have a good defense. And I think the Patriots have the better offense. So it's just a question of both defenses are going to be playing to the T. Can the Seahawks offense put points on the board?
Mm-hmm. And it has to be, and to kind of add to your point, I agree, but they have to be quick points.
Yep.
Can't be
I can see
4 yards, 5 yards, all the way down the field. They need to bomb to somebody to get those 30, 40-yard gains and get to scoring faster. Because you don't want to get into a game with the Patriots where you're run down, worn out, and tired. That's what they've done all playoffs. They just wear teams down and then just do enough to beat them.
Well, and I think if the Patriots are smart, they'll force the ball on the ground. Seahawks are out Chardonnay. They just have Walker. And Walker is a huge threat, but he is their only threat right now.
Well,
and
he's
so
also he's a 50-50 threat too.
Yeah.
He can have absolute lights out games, but then he can also have some pretty problematic games as well. So without Charbonnet to back him up, it's it's a lot of pressure.
I would say he's had a pretty strong postseason. I've been pretty impressed with him since the end of the regular season. But once again, just will that maintain? I think the fun thing about the Super Bowl is it's such a wild card, because I think you really do see a lot of players who step up to the plate and a lot of players that just crumble.
Yeah.
And so it's such a up in the air thing. You can have teams that you're like, yeah, this team will dominate, and it ends up being a close game because this young, fresh team of players who really, even though Seahawks have been to the Super Bowl a ton, none of those players have. Same for the Patriots, And so it's who's going to step up to the plate and who's going to crumble.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a great game. I really do. So I'm excited.
Has anyone on either of those teams been to a Super Bowl?
No, I don't think so. It's the first time ever.
I want to say someone has. I don't know who, but I think someone has.
Wasn't the Seahawks? Because they should have ran it instead of throwing or something like that. That's why they lost. I will say, out of pure just movie magic amazingness, I hope it comes down to that same exact scenario. They're on the 3-4 yard line. 10 seconds left.
Well,
And instead of throwing it, they actually run it and they get stuffed and lose. It would just be or they fumble or something like that.
Oh,
That would probably
gosh.
be just the most amazing karma, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, to ever happen. Like, it would just be
Oh,
the best
no,
thing ever.
there's definitely been some players that have been to the Super Bowl before.
They throw them out there.
Cooper Cup.
I was say,
Oh, duh.
Both teams have
Sure.
some, but I don't recognize a lot of the names. So Patriots got Matt Collins.
Sure.
Yup.
Yep, they got Austin Hooper, who Tyler should recognize that name.
Yup.
Yep.
Milton Williams,
Eagles
Carlton Davis III, who was on the Bucks with their
on
Super Bowl.
Bucks, yeah.
Christian Ellis, who was just with the Eagles not that long ago.
Yep.
And that's the Patriots. Seahawks, they got Cooper Kupp. Leonard Williams that's his first Super Bowl appearance. Technically, Sam Darnold, I think, has been to a Super Bowl a few times, but as the backup.
Right on the bench.
I think DeMarcus Lawrence and maybe Jason Myers.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, plenty of
Sweet.
people.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Well, since we covered that, who's winning?
I think the Seahawks are gonna win.
Go right ahead. There always needs to be at least one.
I think the majority of people. I think the Seahawks are favored by 5 points right now,
64% to win.
and they're favored to win by 5 points.
Yeah. So, which is fine.
But let's ask. Well, Tyler, what do you think? Who do you have winning? Because we all know Matt is gonna say the Patriots are gonna win.
If I had to put money on a team, it looks like the Seahawks. And I would say it looks pretty handed.
Mhm.
But as one who has survived a pretty terrible Super Bowl,
Did you survive?
I once again,
I want to count as surviving.
I parts of me are dead, but parts of me still walk the earth. And
The
because
soul
of
is
that,
dead.
Yep.
because of that, I know that you just never know.
But we're not
Soul
gonna
And
is husk.
so,
have Brady in the hoodie.
yeah, I had a buddy tell me once that he's like, I'm not going to say who's going to win, but I'll tell you that if they played 10 times the Seahawks, or, he said whatever team he said, but in this case, the Seahawks would win 8 out of 10 times. And I was like, statistically, I feel like that's probably the case, but you never rule out either team in the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
that's
I
how
ruled
I
out the Chiefs
sincerely
last
feel
year.
about it.
Yeah.
So I would like that was just a disgusting crap game. But frankly, even to this day, I would still not rule out Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. Like you just
I
never
would.
know.
Oh boy.
But
Gosh.
everyone already knows where I'm going. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
So-
We'll get back to this in a minute. Who do we have scoring first is the question.
The kicker.
No. What team scores first?
Oh,
Gosh,
okay, I was
dang
like-
it.
I was like, the kicker.
What team
It's a safe
is scoring first?
I think Patriots are a slower burn team, and the Seahawks have always looked their strongest in the first half, let alone the first quarter. So I would say probably Seahawks get first points on the board. And then, yeah, it's just, can Patriots creep back in there?
Matt?
I'm receiving a message from a reliable source. Patriots score in the first 2 minutes.
What were you talking to the Simpsons creators?
No, the
Maybe
devil.
God. Oh,
Just
yeah,
kidding.
the opposite
Not
of
the
what I
same
was
person.
thinking.
Yeah, they look the same. They're both on his shoulder, so I'm like, well, but
Alrighty.
no. I think, like, optimistically, I think that will happen. I think the Patriots are going to come out swinging just to prove a point. So,
You think they're gonna start early rather than start late this time?
yeah.
Okay. Who do you guys have leading at halftime? I have the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to be better in the first half, and I think they're going to control the first half.
I'm going with the tie.
Wow, the tie at halftime. I like that.
Mix it up. I like a tie.
I like that a
No
lot.
true winner going into half.
No true winner,
And
no
it's just
true
like,
loser.
yep, just up in the air. Who knows what's going to happen? Keep the excitement going, you know? Just hopefully it's not like 28-3 or something like that.
Gosh.
Anything
Anything but the Patriots Rams Super Bowl that was just like a 2-score game the whole game.
Yeah, it's 3-3.
Oh,
That'd be disgusting.
I would want to vomit.
Actually, you know what's worse than that? 5-5.
A safety and a field goal.
For both teams. Like, that
Why
would just
not
be
just
the
2 safeties? Just make it 2-2.
4-4, actually. Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on how many safeties, but yeah. That would be
2-2
yeah.
I would enjoy and laugh at. 0-0 I would
Yeah.
just be sad.
It's just like, oh, it's going to be one of those. But yeah, so that's why I think at halftime. I think it's going to be tied.
Tyler?
At halftime, I'm going to put the Seahawks ahead. Like I said, I feel like the Seahawks always come out strong, typically try to hold the lead throughout the game, oftentimes do because of that defense, but we'll see here in the Super Bowl. So I'm putting the Seahawks ahead at half.
All right. And then that is going to bring us to who do you guys have being the Super Bowl MVP?
A part of me hopes it's Travion Henderson.
Darnold.
So we got Travion Henderson, which I think would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler is saying Sam Darnold. Why Sam Darnold?
I still believe he's the X factor. I stand by that. I think that if this game is going to be won, it's going to probably be through the air for the Seahawks. And I do think the Seahawks are going to win. So if I do the math here and say who's the X factor for the Seahawks, and if I think the Seahawks are going to win, then that means that logically my answer should be that Sam Darnold is the MVP.
How dare you use logic on this podcast?
Right.
No.
We're all about the crazy.
I got JSN because I am very adamant about the MVP always being the quarterback award. Like, give it to a defense player, give it to their number one. Like, if JSN, I think, has like 10 catches for 180 yards and 4 touchdowns, nah, he deserves the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, agreed. And I think there's a good chance that there's maybe 2 game-winning picks from either team, and maybe that player, if it's the same player, gets the MVP award. You know, it's
I just want to see it someone else besides the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Like,
that.
it's refreshing when you're just like, yeah, they went with like the true MVP. I feel like when it's like if it's not the quarterback, you know that player went off somehow. So that's what I would love to see.
Happened in the Broncos Super Bowl with Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I always think is great. I think that's fun. I've got no issues with that happening
And I
here.
like that Peyton Manning was even like, yeah, I did not play well. My defense, Von Miller definitely carried us to victory. Good on him. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful ending.
Yep.
All right. We got our Super Bowl picks in. Now we get to look back on the season a little bit. So, what teams do we think should have made the playoffs but didn't?
We'll just get it out of the way. Jaguars. Since
they made the
everyone and their dog
playoffs.
keeps saying,
They made the playoffs.
well, I'm saying going further than just a first round exit, but I was trying to be nice.
Only because we played probably the second best team in the AFC.
Well, stop sucking.
Okay, Cakewalk.
Okay, I don't want to sound like I am being biased here, but
The Bucks.
no,
The Falcons honestly should have.
Falcons ended the season with the same record as the Bucks and the Panthers. And possibly Bucks should have been there, possibly Falcons should have been there. Obviously, all three of them were not good enough to really, I think, make it far in the postseason. But realistically, if we're going to pick another team to make it into the postseason, I think Falcons had a caliber of team to make it despite some tough losses during the regular season.
I think the Falcons should have gone into it, especially when you look at how they were doing at the end. If they had done that well at the start of the season,
Yep.
they would have made it to the playoffs.
Well, and
Yeah.
there's the question of Kirk Cousins, right? Was Michael Penix the answer? And then when we lost him, I don't know. But then our second half of the season was better when we had Kirk Cousins. Was it because we turned away from the passing game and focused more on the running game, which is where our team shines? There's so many questions and it's hard to know. But
Yeah. I personally I wanted to see the Bucks. Granted, they had a hard season, lots of injuries, and they couldn't catch a break.
yeah.
But seeing in Baker Mayfield in one of those high competitive, high intensity games, I would love to watch it.
And I'll say this one.
I would love that too.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think
Cowboys?
that I think the Lions should have made it. And the
Oh,
only
100%.
reason.
No.
No. Listen. Chill. The only reason they did not make it was because the Packers had the tie with the Cowboys. That's the only reason the Lions did not make it.
One thing we need to check is to see if, I swear in the last, decade, it seems like the Cowboys always have a tie on record.
Oh, boy. Gosh.
But I will say, just for comic relief, I would have loved to seen the Cowboys in the playoffs.
No.
And then just absolutely get trounced in the first round. It would just be great. Watch all those people. This is the year. This is the year. Oh,
last year.
Okay. Just seems like they always do.
They actually haven't in a while.
Or it's always the NFC that has the tie.
NFC or NFC East?
NFC in general.
Okay, let me check here. So this year they had the tie. No ties at all last year from the NFC. No ties last year at all, actually. Nothing from the year before, 2022. 2022, 2023, the Giants and the Commanders tied. 21 to 22, the Lions tied with the Steelers. And then the 2020 season, the Eagles tied with someone in the AFC with the Bengals.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh well. This must be misremembering.
Happens when you get old, it's okay.
Yep. Speaking of old, which players significantly underperformed this year that should have?
I feel like there's quite a few on this list.
Yeah. Let's take just one each.
So
that
Matt,
you would say
gonna
that
say
should have
Patrick
played
Mahomes,
better.
right?
No.
You don't think Patrick Mahomes
He played normal.
underperformed this year?
No, he played normal.
Gosh. Oh boy.
He played normal. I would say if I had to choose, and not to go too crazy. Let's be different. Aaron Rodgers should have played better for his last season.
Apparently he's coming back next year.
Yeah.
I don't think that's underperforming. I think Rodgers played exactly where I expected him to play.
I just expected him to play better with a better team.
Oh, I did
Than the Jets. It's like, bro, he's got to be playing at least a little better. And then he didn't. So there's that for you. What about Tyler? One player.
I'm still thinking. Shane, go for it.
Oh boy, I'm torn between two, but there are situations where I'm like, I can't mark them off for that. I gotta say though, I might go with Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not bad.
I feel like he wasn't necessarily bad, but even when he was healthy, I just feel like they couldn't get much done.
Yeah. You can tell he's a defeated man.
I mean, I feel like the Bengals are on their way out. I feel like the Ravens are on their way out. I think Justin Jefferson really wants out in Minnesota. Apparently him and JJ McCarthy got into a really, really big fight.
Really?
Because I think Justin Jefferson said something about if he had Sam Darnold still in Minnesota, they would be probably playing in the Super Bowl right now, and then JJ got hurt, and now they've unfollowed each other on Instagram.
Oh, that's so fun. What a bunch of little girls unfollowing each other. I would have to agree, and this is not just coming from the fact that he was just mentioned. That does seem foolish, but I also feel like Justin Jefferson is one of the most underperforming players.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I mean, look at his quarterback.
I don't think it's just a quarterback problem.
I
Like,
think it's a team
I'm
problem.
sorry, if you're a good enough wide receiver, if you're quarterback and put it in the area, I mean,
there were times that area was 15 yards out.
Yes, but those were, and then those, I'm not going to hold those against them. Those aren't catchable. But there was many that I feel distinguish a mediocre wide receiver from a great wide receiver that are catchable. And he just played the entire season like he was a mediocre wide receiver, pretending to be a supreme one. Like, just absolutely pathetic, not much effort, didn't make catches, stuff would come in his area, and he'd never come down with it. And I'm like, you are an A-tier wide receiver, or at least you were. You're not looking like one. And I'm like, you can't be in the same class as like a Puka Nakua, who the ball just has to be thrown in his general direction, and he will find a way to come down with it. Like,
I feel like there were a few players that had issues like that this year.
Yeah.
I think the reason JJ just didn't want to, or Justin Jefferson didn't want to play better, is he probably just didn't want to get hurt, and he's expecting to get traded.
Yeah. Well, I'd agree with that.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I'm like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't either. If you want to go to like a team that wants you and not be labeled as damaged goods, like I'd play mediocre too. Especially if I was making $25 million a year, but it's neither here or there.
I only got one more that's quick. I'm just gonna say CJ Stroud. I feel like he was very bad this year.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting much from CJ Stroud. I can't really say he would win an award for most underwhelming player. Because after last year, I was like, all right, well. But the fact that he didn't improve this year, I think says more about it than anything.
All right, Matt, who do you think underperformed?
Well, I already said mine, Aaron Rodgers.
That's true. All right, well,
But
let's quickly wrap up this stuff. We're not gonna see everything. Some of the stuff I feel like is definitely more tailored towards McKay's wheelhouse of
yeah,
expertise.
well, it's just more fun with McKay too.
Oh
Covering the
yeah,
rest of these with all four of us. I feel like that's better input.
I think the only one that we could possibly cover is who is the biggest rising star we saw this season. I have one in mind.
Okay, go for it.
I honestly got Travion Henderson if they give him the flippin' ball more.
Yep,
He is
I
so
agree.
good for him to get limited touches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think the other one, even though he's just on the worst team ever, but he could turn around this next year, is Genty.
Yeah.
What he was able to do with the team he was on, like, it's like, come on, like this dude, you give him better quarterback, some good one or two offensive linemen, the dude will just dominate.
Yeah.
So
Especially the offensive lineman side.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, he would be the guy on that team, honestly.
yeah.
So here's the hoping they do get Mendoza and then maybe a couple linemen.
Fernando.
Yep. It'd be nice to watch.
Well, nobody wants Arch Manning.
Uh, 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 uh,
He needs to make it to the NFL first.
yeah.
I mean, if Shador
Yes, and
Sanders made it, I'm sure Archie Manning can.
that's a fair point. And who knows? Maybe he'll do
Boy,
well
oh
in a
boy.
different
Gretchen,
scenario.
Pro Bowler Shador Sanders. Gosh, I
Yeah,
hate everything about that.
by default.
Well, let's just call it a beauty contest and have a day.
Gosh,
Yep.
it basically
Fair enough.
is.
Yeah. But well, now we just have to just wait till Sunday now.
Sunday Super Bowl parties, everybody watching football, people being happy, people being
Yep.
sad, some people just wanting the world to burn.
Yep.
I am in
Should
that
be
third
fun to watch.
category.
Yeah.
My thing
Yeah.
is, and this is my biggest thing going into Super Bowl Sunday is, I just want it to be a good game. I don't care who wins. I just want it to be a good, interesting game. I don't want it to be a blowout because blowouts are kind of boring to watch.
Sure.
I mean, if it's like last year where the Chiefs were just getting slapped around and scores like 38-6, it's no longer fun to watch.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love watching that. I don't know about you.
It's because you hate the Chiefs.
I enjoyed that.
I mean, like once you get to the point in the Super Bowl where you're putting the backups in to finish the game with like a full quarter left, there's no point watching the Super Bowl anymore.
There's probably some truth to that.
I beg to differ, but it's fine.
I mean, I
We
may
talked,
I maybe hate watching if the Patriots are getting beat 40-0.
It still would be as satisfying.
I want it to be a good, entertaining game. Both teams are scoring, both teams' offenses are doing well, and both teams' defenses make big plays.
Yeah, agreed.
I do not want multiple 3-and-out punt, 3-and-out punt, 3-and-out punt.
Yeah. Well, TBD.
Yep. That will conclude it for this episode, and we will see everybody next week for our season finale and recap.
Woohoo!
And everybody better tune in, because then we'll get to find out if McKay gets to have a minor punishment for missing some podcast.
A minor punishment.
Man, I should just keep a running tally and be like, how who has made what excuses and how many episodes each person has missed.
Agreed.
We will also count tardiness.
Old
Tardiness? Oh, no, I don't think that one should be counted. I think that one's completely, I mean, it's the effort. If you made it eventually, you're forgiven. Everything is fine.
You have to do some makeup in order to get the full mark for it.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
You have to wear your least favorite team's gear and go out in public and wear it for a
Nope,
whole day.
that's a hard no.
You know,
But
you
I
look
would,
good in
Especially if
red,
I have
white,
to
and
be the
blue.
one to buy it.
but I would love to see Matt in Chiefs gear,
Yeah,
especially
we would
like a
all love that.
Patrick Mahomes jersey.
You'd be watching a flesh bag walk around with no skin. That won't touch my skin.
Oh man. All right. Well, we will see you
All
all
right.
next week.
Yep. See y'all next week.